like the king do. King do. Homie, ain't nobody king you. King you. Simmer down, boy. Down, boy. And get your hands off the ground, boy.
Welcome to the King's Table, your weekly podcast for all things Sydney Kings. I'm your host, SJ from Love of the Game Australia, and today's episode is brought to you by the Basketball Fix, your MVP for all things NBL. So like and subscribe, give them a follow. Now, I've got a special guest for episode number 1. He needs no introduction at all. From Sydney Kings, Kouat Noi. How are you today, man?
So, no, I'm good, bro. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm good, man. I'm very excited for this show. I remember speaking to you in the UBL Grand Final when you were supporting a few of the fast break MVP boys and things like that. So very keen since then. How are you? How's the body holding up? How's team morale going at the moment?
No, I'm doing well. Staying level-headed. Especially this time of season. It gets to be a drag a little bit. We're halfway through. So the most important thing is just taking care of your body, doing all the recovery you need, and just try to have fun. That's really it.
And bro, you playing on the court, bro. It looks like you're having the time of your life at the moment. You're red hot, but we'll talk a bit about that later on. Now we're going to talk about round 15 action, man. You boys were successful with 2 big wins over a red hot Southeast Melbourne Phoenix and a surging Brisbane Bullets. What's the morale like in the group, and what's clicking at the moment for you boys?
Yeah, we had that tough loss against Adelaide that just basically came in and killed us in our home court. So we felt a little bit disrespected. We had like a team meeting right after that game. Our team leaders, Brucey, Cooks, JA, really told us, we're in this type of season where it can get a little, it gets a drag a little bit, it can get tough. Which team's going to come out, being more energized, find a way to have fun and go out there and try to win more games. So we had this team meeting and we knew how important these next 2 games were. So went out there and got 2 wins in the past week, and we're feeling good going to this game coming up tomorrow against Melbourne.
And I actually love and respect that because, yeah, bro, that game against Adelaide 36ers, bro, they just came out all guns blazing. And it means, I guess, like, as the fans, it means a lot that you guys kind of, like, take it on board and goes, you know what, like, we actually felt disrespected that game, because there's games where you play well and you kind of lose and you can kind of hold your head high. But, yeah, it means well when this time of the season, those boys are right. It can kind of be a bit of a drag, but it's glad to see. And you boys bounce back. We're going to get in-depth about those games a bit later on. Now, the newest Sydney Kings, Lamonte Turner, he's expected to play this weekend. How has he fitted into the group, and what can the Sydney Kings fan expect from Lamonte Turner?
Well, it's day to day with Lamonte. Obviously, the coaches are working him out at the moment, and we're going to decide if he'll be ready to play for his first game coming up, or we should just wait a little bit until he gets the feel of the game, gets the feel of the group first before we just put him right into it. So, at the end of the day, it's the coach's decision. We're looking forward to having him. He seems like a great guy. So at the end of the day, it's the coach's decision, whatever they want and whatever is best for the team. I'm sure the coaches will make the best decision for us.
Now, look, I'm going to ask a question. You don't have to answer it, but I've got to ask, when you guys bring in a player mid-season, does the coaching staff and things like that ask the playing group, like, hey, we've got this guy that we want to kind of bring in. What do you guys think? Or is it kind of like, hey, we're bringing him in. Let's figure it out from there?
Yeah, obviously, we're all men at the end of the day. So, this is our job. This is what we do for a living. And most importantly, we want to win a championship. If another guy's going to come in and try to contribute in us winning a championship, yeah, why not bring him in? Yeah, the coaches did speak to us. Gorge, had a team meeting. He sat us all down and, and basically said, we're bringing this guy in. He's not going to be a high level profile guy, but he's the guy that's going to come in and move the ball and pass the ball and run plays for us and put guys in positions to score the ball and play defense most importantly. So yeah, we did have a team meeting and he addressed all the problems that was going on, and yeah, we as a playing group, we felt comfortable and we felt that we can trust what God is going to do, and hopefully this dude can come in and help us win the championship.
Ah, beautiful, yeah, man. Because we're looking forward to kind of seeing what he can bring to the table, and because look, bro, hey, this NBL season is jam packed, bro. We're gonna go through the standings a bit. You got the Hawks coming first, and then yourself and United locked in second and third. Wildcats, Phoenix, and the Jack Jumpers. I want to ask, man, have you guys talked about how important a top two finish is? Because you kind of do have the buy when you finish in the top two. Have you guys prioritized like, hey, we need to finish in the top two, or is it kind of like, let's take a game by game at the moment and see where we finish up?
Yeah, it's definitely we have the mindset of just trying to win every game. That's our mindset. But we have a great opportunity right in front of us, and that's to go out there and beat Melbourne in our home court and solidify that top two for us. So what a great opportunity. We're such in a great position to have a great playoff run, and our first objective is to beat Melbourne, and we're well prepared for them. This past two days of practice have been pretty full on, and I believe we know what to do to stop Melbourne, and we're gonna get this win tomorrow.
Yeah, and it's always good when there's a new addition to the playing group. Everyone kind of like has a little extra spring in their step to go like, hey man, like, nah, play for your minutes. As you said, you're all grown men. You all want to kind of like still compete for your things and stuff like that. Everyone doesn't want to lose minutes, so it could be good blessing in disguise for you guys. Now we're going to talk about sort of this game. The last two games that you guys had. Sydney Kings 110 defeating Phoenix 101. Now, you guys were down and out in that last quarter, and then 38-16 in the last quarter to get the dub. Jalen Adams, 32 points, 9 assists. Yourself, Kouat Noi, 20 points, 6 rebounds, and Alex Tui, 17 points. Hey, man, look, we all know what Jalen Adams can do. He's a maestro, man of the clutch. But we're going to talk about him later on. But I want to talk about Alex Tui, bro, NBL next star. And, brother, that guy was just dunking everything that game. What's the rise of Alex Tui like? And there's rumors that he might be in the NBA next year. What's his game like, and do you see it kind of taking to fruition?
Yeah, the kid's special, man. Just to see the way he evolved from last season to this season, he's obviously put on a lot of mass, a lot of muscle, and he's playing that 3-4 role very well. He's such a versatile player. He comes in every day and puts in work, with us, before weights or after our practices and finishes. He's always, putting in work and try to, get better. So to see this kid, keep getting better each game, and finally these past couple games he's actually been, he's taking his game to a whole nother level. So it's incredible to watch. He's definitely an NBA level talent, and I can't wait to see what the future holds for him.
Yeah, because I love it when he gets that little fast break opportunity, man. He'll run full pace and he'll just slow down and do like this little Euro sort of thing. And then he gets the job done. But yeah, watching Alex Tui's game has been mesmerizing, like his growth. But I want to talk about Jalen Adams. Look, another 32 points, 9 assists. He's been killing it for you guys. And you did mention that he's one of the leaders in the locker room. What's Jalen Adams' impact been at the moment? And because I know he had a bit of a back problem and was starting on the bench. What does it mean to have him back at full health and in the starting unit?
Yeah, this is the best I've seen him play. He's obviously, MVP level player. He's won it before, and I believe he should be in contention for this year's MVP as well. Just the past, 5-6 games, man, he's just been taking over games and really being that player that we all wanted him to be. So it's finally good to see him healthy, and I'm sure it's probably going to drop a 50 ball one of these games coming up. But yeah, he's our point guard. He's the leader of the pack. So if he's going, everyone else is going.
And the reason why I brought up those two guys is they kind of did a combination at the end of the game for sorry for my language, but a great alley-oop where Jalen Adams found Alex Tui. He kind of jumped over, I think, Derek Walton. Did that catch you off guard that Alex Tui could fly like that?
It did. He got some house, but just to see him, do a poster like that, and especially in that time of the game where all the momentum was on our side, I think that just really changed everything for us. That dunk. So even just to see him celebrate, he doesn't really celebrate, but to see him show emotion,
he was flexing. He was feeling it.
Yeah, he was flexing. Yeah, so it was good to see because he never does that.
Nah, it's good. It's good for the confidence too. Now, look. The next game, which is an interesting game, I want to talk a bit more about that, was the Kings 91 defeating the Brisbane Bullets 86. Now, you guys were trailing once again into that last quarter. Jalen Adams, 21 points, 8 assists. Xavier Cooks, 19 points. And yourself again, Kouat Noi, 15 points. But, man, you guys were getting monstered on the offensive board. 29-8. I think nearly everyone in the Brisbane Bullets got double digits rebounds. But you guys still won the game. That's what blows my mind because, bro, look, I'll be honest, I had money on the City Kings that game. And, bro, I was stressing Bullets every time they jacked up a shot and they were getting the board. How important is it for you guys to kind of like, look, because I know you know that you guys are a bit undersized. So what's the message for the team to kind of like get those boards and not allow any of those second chance points?
Well, yeah, we're getting reps, during practice. We're doing, box out drills and stuff like that. So it's a process. Obviously, we're a little bit undersized, but I think we can do a better job in, helping out in the rebounds. Including myself, I can get there in a little bit more, and help the bigs out a little bit more. But yeah, it's a day-to-day thing. We're still working on blocking out and all these kind of stuff. So as you say, if you keep working on something, you're going to be great at it. So hopefully, we find that thing and find that extra push, and hopefully in the playoffs, we can dominate teams on both ends of the floor.
Yeah, because on offense, I feel like your lineup is perfect. But then on the defensive end, it can be a bit of a struggle. But then, yeah, as you said, bro, if you guys are all working on a 5-man boxing out, just trying to grab that board before people, because normally when you play and you got a center, you see 1 or 2 people kind of running out to kind of get that fast break opportunity. But I feel like it's going to be tough for you guys. But man, hey, big trust in that. Every time the Sydney Kings play, I have money on you guys. So let's keep at it. Now, on a personal level, yourself, Kouat Noi, 6th man of the year. Is that a focus for you? Is that something that you're trying to strive to and achieve this year?
Yeah, I'm just striving just to be, a better person each and every day, a better player, better father. That's what I wake up doing every day. And if the contentions for 6th man of the year, most improved player of the year, comes along, great. But my only objective, just to try to be the best player I could be, and everything else to take care of his place.
Yeah, and 100% agree, because, man, I was talking to Josh yesterday from the Basketball Fix, and I was like, bro, the reason why I have Kouat Noi as my 6th man of the year is because, in a way, you're kind of like the most impactful player on that Sydney Kings. Yes, you're not I won't say you're the most talented, because you got like Jalen Adams, Xavier Cooks. But, bro, what you bring to that team and the atmosphere, the crowd, bro, you get hyped. I remember that game up against the Tassie Jack Jumpers, high-fiving the crowd, getting everyone involved. And you've been averaging 17 points in your last 11 games, 48% clip. You're the 3rd leading scorer of the Sydney Kings behind Jalen Adams and Xavier Cooks. And, bro, you're playing on the bench, bro. So what's been working well for you this season?
Yeah, just, doing all the right things, off the court and on the court. Obviously, recovery, making sure I get the sleep I need, eating the right stuff, and, just taking care of my body. And, I'm thankful to have a great partner that's always there for me and making sure, I need what I need to go out there and perform to my best ability. So, yeah, just doing the right things off and on the court, I believe is really translating to me doing all the right things on the court as well, and during games and just going out there and performing.
Yeah, because the reason why I say that is before you started this 11-game stretch, I don't know if you've ever had a game where you were scoreless, but against Melbourne United, you scored 0 points. What happened that game, and what did you say to yourself before you went to sleep that night to go, bro, this is never happening again? Because since then, bro, you've just taken it to another level.
Yeah, like I just basically, just prayed, bro. I told God, like, I'm just going to take this to a whole nother level. I'm going to come in early, get the reps up early after practices, get some more reps up, and, hopefully that translates in the game. But I just prayed. I said, God, just let me just go out there and perform, man. Let me just go out there, help my team win to the best ability I can. And hopefully I can get a good stretch of games in where, I'm just going out there and performing. So, and that's what I did. And, just having faith in God, really helped me. And, just obviously doing these things on and off the court too helped a lot.
Beautiful. And the reason why I say that is because I was reading a few articles on the Sydney Kings and talking about the impact Brian Goorjian had on your career and things like that. Was there something that he said to you in particular that kind of was like, you know what, I actually needed to hear this at the moment?
Yeah, we had he called me in one of the practices. I don't know what game it was, but yeah, me and him just sat down one on one, and he basically said, what he expects of me, moving forward, and what role I can play in this group. And he said, yeah, you're in that top, 6, 7, players, solid players that I'm gonna keep playing for the rest of the season. So I basically said, okay, yeah, he trusts me, he wants me to be in that core group of guys that can go out there and help the team win. And ever since that day, bro, I've just been performing, putting up numbers, and just having so much confidence out there on the court. So yeah, I had a meeting with Gorge. He put everything on the table for me, and yeah, my confidence just grew from there.
And the reason why I kind of asked that question is because I was looking at kind of like your stats. Before that game, your minutes were kind of very, very limited. You're playing kind of like between 12 to 15 minutes. But then after that game, 25 minutes, 26 minutes, and things like that. And that's why I wanted to ask you, like, did he say something? Because I know with a star-studded team, when you don't know your role in particular, it can kind of play like have that mental effect on you. So for him to say that and go, hey, bro, look, you're part of like the 7-man roster, and you kind of having that sort of like that conversation with God saying, hey, bro, like I need to do this, like I want to get this done. Man, the rest is history. Like your game since that moment has kind of like taken another level. So I just want to say hats off to you for kind of like, in a way, like just saying, you know what, like I need to get this right, and you have got it right. So respect to you. But the reason why I say that too is, bro, Brian Gorge, he's been copping a lot of hate in the media, copping a lot of flack for like his rotations. He's too old to understand the game. The game's evolving. The game's changing. But bro, like he gets the job done, bro. Like you guys are in second place or third place at the moment, equal second. Shit, that's not a bad place to be. I just want to know, like, what impact has Brian Gorge as a man had on your career and on the playing group at the moment?
Brian Gordon, the name speaks for itself, man. He's the best coach I've ever had. The knowledge of the game he has. I would just ask him a question and he'll know right away. I'll ask him a situation in the game and he'll know right away. He's just so locked in, and I understand why he's one of the greatest coaches to ever coach in Australia, and probably one of the best coaches in the world. Just for him to have trust in me, I'm a type of person that when someone has trust in me, I don't want to let them down. So I go out there every day, just trying to learn from him and listen to him during practice. He holds me accountable, and that's what I want. I want someone to keep pushing me, and learning from my mistakes, and try to implement that in the next game. So yeah, having Brian Gordon coaching me, man, it's a blessing. And it could provide so many opportunities for me and my family one day. And all I want to do is just go out there and win for him and win for my teammates. And a lot of people don't know, we're such a tight knit group. We trust each other, the coaching staff. We all have fun and we laugh, and and it's such a fun environment. We go to practice every day, just having fun and getting better. And so that's a lot of people don't know that outside of our team. And at the end of the day, everyone has an opinion and they can say whatever they want, but we know what we bring to the table and we know what our goal is.
Yeah, no, beautiful. Really well said, man. Well said. Now, look, you guys have a massive doubleheader coming up this week. You're versing Melbourne United, second versus third, with the winner claiming outright second. How excited are you for this game up against Melbourne? Because, bro, as basketball players, you live for this moment, like these games. So how excited are you for this game? And what's the keys to success for you guys?
Now we're pumped, man. We're very well prepared. Obviously, this is a big stage game, and I love playing in the big stage, and we got a lot of players that like playing in these type of games as well. So we're very well prepared. We did our scout. We know what they're running, all the plays they're doing. Our biggest thing is obviously, just making sure there's ball pressure there, knowing our defensive concepts, and most importantly, just boxing out and, putting forth on the offensive end. So as long as we do them things, box out, stay with our defensive concepts and stuff like that, we can do anything we want on the offensive end. They can't guard us. So yeah, this should be a good one, and I think we'll beat them tomorrow night.
Yeah, because Melbourne have been struggling as of late, man. I think they've lost the last 4 out of 5 games, kind of going on a streak. So they'll be looking to bounce back. So I feel like the start to this game is going to be very, very important. So yeah, fingers crossed you guys can get on a roll early and kind of use the crowd to your advantage. And then I also got to give a big shout out to my man Eric Stevens, the Sydney Kings court announcer. But when the crowd's going and he's hyped up by Sydney Kings, it's a different level. Now, next up on the same round 16, you got a double header up against your former team, the Cairns Taipans. And bro, I've got to be honest here, but they probably caused the biggest upset I've ever seen in NBL history. They defeated the Illawarra Hawks, and as I said, everyone, don't listen to me. Gamble responsibly, don't gamble at all. But bro, they were minus 18 as they're on their line, and fuck, I took the Illawarra Hawks, bro, so I screwed that one up. But what makes this Cairns Taipans team very, very dangerous?
They got nothing to lose. That's always a dangerous team that just goes out there, and got nothing to lose. So they're going out. They're coming to our home court. Obviously we've got a target on our back. Every team wants to beat the Sydney Kings, so I'm sure they're going to come well prepared and they're going to come out guns firing. But yeah, they're not a great second half team. So and we're the best fourth quarter team in the league. So so if we just stick to the game plan, I think we can blow this out pretty early.
Oh, beautiful. And look, I want to ask you too. I know this is a Sydney Kings podcast, but I kind of love the Cairns Taipans because of their underdog sign of status and things like that. I always love an underdog. Like I go for the Detroit Pistons, I go for West Tigers. Like all my team sucks and things like that. But Coach Ford, bro, he's a man that wears his heart on his sleeve, and you were kind of coached by him. What makes Coach Ford a special coach? Because everyone talks about Coach Ford, his effect and things like that. Let me ask you first then.
No, he's just a competitor, man. He has so much passion for the game. You can see on the sideline, the way he coaches and stuff like that. I was very fortunate enough to be coached under him. Obviously, that wasn't my best year, on and off the court. So I kind of, not regret it, but, I wish I had a better year for him, and I knew I was going to flourish under him too if I really stayed locked in. But yeah, I love what Coach Forty does. I love watching the Cairns Taipans play because I love underdogs as well. So yeah, it should be a good game. I always love going against the Cairns Taipans and Adam Ford.
Now we're going to talk a bit more about your underdog sort of status. You kind of repping up South Sudan over there on your chest. You were kind of part of that Olympic team that kind of flew over there. You were part of the camp before the final cuts. What's the growth been like in South Sudanese basketball, and how have you kind of enjoyed the growth?
Yeah, no, it's been special, just watching it from afar, and obviously, being a part of that Olympic team training camp in Rwanda. So just getting to train all my brothers, old friends that I didn't get to see since my high school days, my college days. And just to see, Luai Deng, what he has done for the South Sudanese basketball community is just something special. And a lot of young generation girls and boys are looking up to, players like me, Bull, McQuetch, and all these South Sudanese basketball players that, are doing something with their lives and in, like a league like the NBL. So, the future is bright for the South Sudanese basketball community, and I can't wait to see what the future holds.
Yeah, no, 100% agree, because the thing that I love about it the most is, man, like everyone can talk about, if you put the hard work in, you're going to see results, you're going to accomplish this, you're going to accomplish that, but no one really believes it until you kind of see it with your own eyes and you go, hey, man, like, fuck, that's Kouat Noi, bro. He talking to me last week and, bro, he's doing this for the NBL. It's going to be a matter of time before you guys kind of like start going into the NBA and then kind of like building more of that. Because, bro, that Olympic run that you guys had was magical, bro. Like, as I said, like, I hate to harp on it, but yeah, as a betting man, but I had you guys every single game, like on the line and stuff like that. But you were getting disrespected, like on the line from the world sort of stage. I remember watching like First Take, South Sudan, like, come on, man. And then, bro, you gave Team USA a run and things like that. Watching that game, what did that kind of do for you and, in a way, like your community?
Well, it just shows, where, we can stand with the best teams in the world. I've always said, South Sudanese are the most talented people in the world. And we're so talented, gifted as well. So just to see the South Sudanese team go against, all these top teams and, getting close and, even beating them too, just shows that, this is the start of something special. And as we keep building, South Sudan, hopefully have a basketball gym in the nation one day, and have academics and all that kind of stuff building up. So yeah, the future's bright, and we're right there as one of the top teams in the world.
No, definitely, man. And it won't be long till you guys are competing for medals. So my next question to you is, like, I know South Sudanese basketball is up here, but I want to talk about a bit about the grassroots and Savannah Pride. I know you do a lot of great work with Savannah Pride, and there was that picture that honestly captured my heart when you were kind of doing this, and you had all the kids in the background kind of doing the same thing, because they look up to you, you know what I mean? And I'm really close with Baby Chol, who does a lot of great work with DNA basketball and things like that. What's kind of like the growth like in the whole from the community up?
Yeah, obviously I was a kid when I first, got to know, be involved with the Savannah Pride, and my dad is still really close friends with Coach Mayo, who's done a incredible job, with the South Sudanese youth, and making sure they stay out of trouble, and bringing them to introduce them to basketball, and to see how many basketball players that have been a part of Savannah Pride, and to see where they are right now, just this is a testament to, what Coach Mara has done to the community. And Coach Mara used to drive down to Newcastle, when I was like 10, 11 years old, and he used to just come train me. My dad used to video me, just doing drills, dying, and just Coach Mara was just killing me. So just to be in the NBL, and just be a role model for these Savannah Pride kids, something special, and something I cherish for the rest of my life.
And one thing that I respect about you too is, like, you're not afraid to kind of put yourself out there. Like, you do these podcasts and you kind of put yourself out there to kind of like showcase what you are, because these kids see these things, man. They see these videos, like, oh man, like, that's Kouat Noi, he's saying this message, he's saying that. So I want to say a big, massive respect to you also. Now, look, before we end the show, I got 3 fan questions, and I got a love of the game question that I just want to ask you. So I'll start off with the love of the game question of the day. It's involving Cam Oliver. And now, look, he came into the team as one of the high-profile names, but the season hasn't kind of lived up to his expectations and maybe the team's expectations. But, man, he still carried himself with a lot of grace. He's kind of always put his best foot forward when his minutes aren't there, whether he's like benched in the fourth quarter in those clutch minutes. He's still kind of doing the right things by the team. What kind of has impressed you the most about Cam Oliver?
Cam's, I just want to put it out there, man. He's a great human being. He's a winning player. He's a team guy, great locker room guy, and comes in and works hard. There's never been a situation where there was conflict with any of the players or any of the coaches. What people have said about him, really it blows my mind, because none of this stuff has happened on the court. So he's one of the best dudes I've ever played with and ever been friends with. Obviously, I played 2 years with him at the Cairns Taipans, and just to see, what a competitor he was. When we thought about bringing him to Sydney Kings, I made sure, I put in a good word for him, because I knew what kind of special athlete, we're bringing in. So, whatever people are saying out there, man, I'm here to say that, that it's all false. He's a great dude, and, everyone loves him on the team, and everyone wants him to be a part of this team, and hopefully we can help him win the championship as well.
Yeah, because a lot of people don't understand, man. Like, yeah, you see Cam Oliver as like this high import sort of name that's kind of trying to do his things, but man, his whole family, like, he's left his family, you know what I mean? And things haven't gone his way, and mentally it's tough, man, especially when you kind of feel like isolated and things are going against you. But he's kind of held himself head high. So respect to Cam Oliver. And the way I honestly see it is, there's going to be a game, whether in the playoff series or in the final series, where he's going to erupt, and it's going to be all worth it, man. And you reminded me of that whole Cairns Taipans team with Cam Oliver, yourself, and bro, my favorite player probably Machado. Just throwing all these lobs and these no-look passes, bro. What a time. Like, that was my favorite team to watch at that time. So respect. Now, look, we've got 3 fan questions that I just want to ask you and talk to you about. The first question is from K6KC Slime. Who would you like to dunk on the most this season?
Probably K6KC Slime. I'll probably try to dunk on him. That's my little brother. So shout out to my little brother. You know, all the one-on-one games we've had since we were kids to recent times. He still can't guard me, so it's all good. But yeah, if there was one person I could dunk on, it would be Casey Slime.
Now, when's the last time you guys have played one-on-one?
He doesn't win that matchup, so probably say maybe 2 years ago. He's been dodging me for a while. So
What,
if you're
what was the score
watching
of that
this,
game?
it was close. It was close. I give it to him. Maybe I gave him a couple easy shots, but yeah, it was a close game.
Baby bro, maybe in a couple of years.
Maybe.
So my next question is from Campbell Quinn. What is it like being the father of the Gold Coast Rollers? Now, I've seen your kind of like your videos. What's that all about, man? What's that all about? Where'd it come from?
Hey, they started it first, you know. I went into the home court, beat them by 40. They met them again in the grand finals, and unfortunately we lost. But you know, they had a lot of posters and a lot of pictures of me, you know, posted up all over the place, kids holding them up and stuff. So yeah, I've been taking it ever since then, and it's just been a fun run. And I still have 50% ownership of that club, and you know, yeah, I'm definitely the father of the Gold Coast Rollers.
Now, are you going to sign back with the same team in the NBL1, or are you kind of making a move? Any chance at the NBL1 East, by any chance?
Hey, maybe Gold Coast Rollers, man. Maybe I might sign there, you know. Maybe take 100% ownership. You never know.
Nah, beautiful. And my last question, which was a great question, was probably my favorite question, is from 479 Breadwinner. Is it harder to stay at the top or grind in the trenches?
I probably say grind in the trenches, you know, because you know I've been through so many ups and downs, and you know, and the most important thing is trying to stay resilient. You know, still showing up on the days that you don't want to show up, and you know, making sure you consistently putting in the work, because I guarantee you, you know, it's always going to reward you. If you keep going up there, showing up every day, and putting the extra work in, it always comes back around. So you know, enjoy the process of being in the trenches. You know, I love that process, and being that underdog, like you said, you know, it's the best feeling. So you know, once you know you reach that goal that you put in front of yourself, you know, all the haters and all the doubters, you know, they can shut their mouth. So enjoy being in the process of the trenches, because it's all going to reward you at the end of the day.
Yeah, I always tell everyone, man, because like from like my own personal life, I always kind of like because I have my own program where I run mentoring programs. I go to young kids and stuff like that to schools to kind of help like the young kids, and I go, hey man, like when you kind of are in those dark moments, instead of running away from them, just face them, because when you actually see the light, you appreciate that light so much more, and you never want to go back there.
Yep.
So as we end the show, I just want to ask you, if you had a message to one young kid right now, Savannah Pride, that's listening to this show, if you could give them one key message, what would it be?
You know, forget everybody. Forget, you know, what everyone's opinions on you are, what they have to say about you, you know, whether it's good or bad. At the end of the day, you know, you're the one that's going out there and making a decision if you want to better yourself or if you want to make a change for yourself and your family. So just forget everybody. You know, if you really want to lock it, if you really want to make it to the NBA, NBL, wherever you want to make it to one day in life, really just put your head down and chase it, you know, with full force. You know, if you don't achieve that goal that you set upon yourself, you know, you can at least be proud that, you know, you put in your full effort, and, you know, and that you can be proud that you did your best. So forget everything, you know, put your best foot forward and chase whatever you want to chase, because forget about what everyone has to say about you.
And hey, just silence the noise, Just silence the noise.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go. Hey, Kouat Noi, bro. Thank you so much for joining King's Table for his first ever show. I don't know how long this show might go for, maybe 5, 10, 12 years, whatever it is, but you're always going to be an OG now for King's Table.
Mm-hmm.
So thank you. I appreciate that. And hopefully we can get you back on the show soon.
No, I appreciate you for having me, man. I love what you're doing, and I'll be back on this show for sure.
I appreciate that, man. So for everyone, thank you for tuning in. Make sure you like and subscribe. And hey, up the Kings.
Yes, sir.
They don't do it like the king do. King do, homie, ain't nobody king you. King you, simmer down, boy, and get your hands off.